सा फर्क कुछ होने में और बहुत कुछ होने में। इतना सा फर्क है एक बार सोच के छोड़ देने में और लग के कर दिखाने में। मान लेने में कि जिंदगी ऐसे ही कटेगी और सुबह 4 बजे उठ के सोचने में ये अभी तो बस शुरुआत है। किसी मैगजीन को हाथ में लेने में और उसी मैगजीन के कवर पेज पे होने में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी। ये एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानकुड़ से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और 7वें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया, 20 years of ideas.
A very good afternoon to all the dear friends and viewers who have joined us today for our webinar series. The entire team of Franchiseindia welcomes each one of you to our 378th edition of Business Opportunity with Chai. This is a digital representation of the business opportunity which we have got for each one of you. Franchiseindia, the team, the entire organization aiming towards providing the maximum business solutions and franchise options to all the investors who are looking out any kind of the franchise from our side. And we truly claim that no one sells more business than us, because we have helped more than 78,000 investors in getting the business solutions from our side. With this introduction, may I welcome and invite management team of Franchiseindia, Gaurav sir and Sonia ma'am. Once we get the correct and the complete understanding, we will understand the business model from our brand representative. We will invite them for the panel discussion, and they'll be sharing their insights about the industry as well as about the franchise business for each one of us. The brand which we are bringing and representing for each one of you is Chettinese. Yes, the brand which is providing the cloud kitchen business opportunities for each one of you today. And we have invited Mr. Praveen, who is the founder director at Chettinese, to talk about the brand. First, we'll get the understanding through the presentation. We will take you through the different and the delicious menus he has for you, and then we'll move towards the question and answer session. Thank you so much, Praveen, for joining in today. We welcome you. We invite you for this particular webinar. Over to you to share your business model with each one of us.
Thank you, Archana. Thanks for the introduction, and good afternoon, everyone, and happy Sunday. Hope everyone is fine and safe. So without any further delays, let's get into the presentation. Okay, so let me introduce myself, before presenting the model with all of you. Praveen Anthony this side, and I'm from Chennai. I own this brand, Chettinese Combo Restaurant, which we are into franchising right now. And we have come up with a cloud kitchen model. It's a great opportunity that, you will understand when I run you through the presentation. So coming to our background, I already own 2 brands which is successfully running for last 8 years. So one is India's first haunted house theme restaurant. It's called Haunted. It's in Chennai. We started in 2013. It's a 100-seater fine dining restaurant with a horror house theme. It's a completely experiential dining kind of a restaurant which is successfully running. And the second one is Tamil Nadu's fastest growing Chettinad chain of restaurants. It's called Cholan Mess. It's a regional cuisine, and we have around 4 branches in Chennai right now, and we are opening our 5th branch this month. So what we are presenting right now is our third venture. It's a cloud kitchen model which we have attached with Swiggy kitchens as of now. So hope you know that Swiggy have their own kitchens in major cities like Chennai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Delhi, Mumbai. So we have taken space inside Swiggy kitchen for our brand Chettinese. Okay, so why we came into this business model? The basic reason is, out of our experience in the last 1 year, we could say that the only pandemic or lockdown proof business model is cloud kitchen. In fact, during lockdowns, the delivery business had a 30% to 40% hike. In fact, so we thought, okay, why don't we? We are majorly into experiential dining kind of business, so why don't we diversify into a model which is very sustainable, which can survive through all scenarios. So that was one of the major reasons we came into this cloud kitchen model. And right now, this Chettinese, we have around 8 kitchens in Chennai. So 6 are inside Swiggy kitchens and 2 are outside Swiggy kitchens. And the second, reason why cloud kitchen, let's say I own this brand called Cholan Mess, which is a South Indian fine dining restaurant. There I can't sell pizzas or burgers, right? It's we have pitched to customers that we are a South Indian restaurant. Whereas in cloud kitchen, we have that advantage of running multiple brands, with multiple cuisines in one kitchen itself. For customer, it's only virtual brands. Hope all of you know this brand Fasos, right? Owned by Rebel Foods. So they are India's biggest cloud kitchen, and they own a lot of brands like Oven Story Pizza. They own Sweet Tooth. They own Beirut's Biryani. So for a lot of customers, they don't know that all these are coming from the same kitchen. So that is one of the major advantage of running a cloud kitchen. You can run n number of brands within the same kitchen. Okay, there is some amount of R&D required to design the menu for a smooth operations, and how to design the manpower. Those things are taken care by us. So we are also coming up with a kitchen with multiple brands run inside the same kitchen. And the third reason why we are coming into cloud kitchen is the next booming market is obviously online food delivery platform in the food segment. With Zomato coming for IPO, and all other players are also planning to enter into this market. So it's it's definitely a good bet to get into this online food delivery platform. Moving on to the next slide. Okay, as I told, so we did a some amount of survey to know which are the top cuisines that are doing well. So obviously Chinese is the largest selling cuisine in India. So we have chosen one brand in Chinese, and one we have chosen our down south food, which is Madras Military Hotel. It's a Chettinad, pure Chettinad brand, and one is a fusion. So between Chinese and Chettinad, it's called Chettinese. So Chettinese means fusion of Chettinad plus Chinese. And fourth one is a biryani brand called Jallikattu Biryani. So all these 4 brands we are going to run from the same kitchen, and whoever is taking a franchise for any particular location will be a franchise for all these 4 brands put together in one kitchen. And during end of this presentation, I'll also take you through the menu of each brand. So this presentation will have all the brief details, whereas I will run you through the menu so that you'll have a better understanding post this PPT. Okay. So what we offer from the brand side, what we are going to offer in this model is the initial kitchen setup, which means all the ducting, the chimney hoods, or the equipments, chiller, freezer, right from your CCTV to POS system. All these things are going to be set up by us, and you just have to attend a training for 1 week of time, and then it's ready to start. It's a plug and play model only. And we will take care of the onboarding on Swiggy, Zomato, and Dunzo, or any other new player who's coming in. We'll take care of all those, empaneling process. And third one is throughout the agreement period of this, franchise agreement, we will be, supporting you with manpower, which means we will give you trained staff initially. And if there is anyone leaving, or if there is a someone abscond suddenly, we will take care of all those chaos. We will be supporting for the manpower for the entire 5 years of agreement. And apart from this, we will be having a lot of outlets in Bangalore. So we will be doing marketing from our end also. There will be a centralized marketing in terms of branding. Like in Chennai, we have been working with a lot of YouTube channels, big YouTube channels like Behind Woods, Galata, and all that. So in Bangalore also we'll be doing that, and we'll be inviting a lot of food reviewers, which means we will send them takeaways, and we'll ask them to unbox and make a video and all that. So all these will be a centralized marketing activity. Though the franchisee is also required to do local marketing in terms of running banners, discounts on Swiggy, Zomato, and also distributing pamphlets locally. So all these things have to be done by the franchisee, but there's going to be a huge support from our side for a centralized marketing. Okay, so why you should choose Chettinese? These are the reasons which we have listed. Basically, we have done a proper R&D to design the menu of all these 4 brands. So it's not going to be exclusive cuisine, like one is kebabs, one is Arabian, one is continental. It's not like that. What we thought is with the same equipments, with the same manpower, and mostly with the same raw material, can we bring out 4 different menu, so that your cost is also less, your manpower is also less, and your wastage is also less. So that ways we have designed with 2 simple cuisines, Chettinad and Chinese, 4 different brands. So it's all like permutations, combinations only, but the customer will find every menu unique. But from the back end, it's all permutations and combinations. For example, the Chinese story is an authentic Chinese brand where we serve stir fried rice, drums of heaven, Hakka noodles, Singaporean noodles, prawns, and all that. So in Chettinese, we will be adding Indian spices to the authentic Chinese dishes to give that local palate. So it's all mix and match only. So it's very simple to run with limited manpower and with same equipments and same raw materials. Okay, and one more advantage of running predominantly Chinese restaurant is zero wastage, because in all other cuisines we have to do bulk preparations in the morning, and if it doesn't sell out, then it goes to wastage. Whereas Chinese has the highest shelf life. Only after you receive an order, then you need to make the preparations. Otherwise your rice, noodles, your meat, everything has shelf life. So almost your wastage is negligible, hence your margin is also very high. So that is one main reason you can be profitable. Okay, and as I told you, for these 4 menu, you just need 3 manpower. That's it to start with. Up to 5 lakh of turnover, just need 3 manpower. 2 we call them Commie 2 category, and 1 will be a helper. So these 3 people are enough to run the kitchen up to 5 lakh turnover, and more than that, we'll be adding manpower to the team. Okay, so when we thought we'll come into this cloud kitchen model, we wanted to play a little safe, because we were planning to franchise and all that, so that we want to keep our franchisees risk little lower. So that was one of the main reason we tied up with Swiggy Kitchen. So Swiggy Access Kitchen, basically it means they have taken spaces like full building in a lot of locations across major cities, and in that they give spaces of 300 to 350 square feet for known brands. For example, in Chennai, there are big brands like Saravana Bhavan, Zaitun. All these brands are there inside Swiggy Kitchen. So we have got space. So we have tied up for Chennai, Bangalore, and Hyderabad as of now. So we got space inside. The beauty of Swiggy Kitchen is that there is a no fixed rental model. It's only a revenue share model. So which means for the outside restaurants, they charge around 25% as commission for their delivery, right? Here in this model, when we are inside Swiggy Kitchen, they charge 30%. It's only a 5% increment when compared to the other outside brands. So when we are inside Swiggy Kitchen, let's say we do a 1 lakh sale, we pay according to that. If we do 10 lakh sale, we pay according to that. If we don't do any sales, there is no rental at all. There is no rental, no commission. So, people who have been running restaurants in the last, 1.5 years, they would have realized, the pain of paying rental, with keeping the shops shut down. So in this model, anyways, in lockdown, it's not going to be shut down. Government always allows delivery business, and you are going to be there in a revenue share model, which is a very big advantage in this business model. And secondly, Swiggy also supports, in all your promotions. For example, for outside brands, they give around 4-kilometer delivery radius, whereas brands which are there inside Swiggy kitchen, they give around 8 kilometers radius. So that is one thing. And in all their promotions, you take a banner, you take a carousel, you run a campaign. On all those things, they give straight away 40 to 50% discount. And apart from this, they will also be pushing orders to you because their revenue is based on your revenue. So, we can expect a lot of support with Swiggy. So that is the second advantage of signing up with Swiggy Kitchen. Third one is they give us some of the basic things that we need, like power backup, RO water supply, and they have fire extinguisher, safety standards. All those things are there already inside the kitchen. So we need to just put our equipments and other things, and we just have to start the business. So, and fourth, they are allowing us to run, in fact, 24 hours, because the more, as I told you, the more revenue you do, the more Swiggy earns. So they are allowing us to run even midnight. So based on the location, if the local government is allowing to run in midnight, we also have plans to run till midnight. So we have to make maximum utilization of the kitchen. That is the idea of Swiggy. So we can run multiple brands. We can run in midnight. We can tie up with Zomato. It's not an exclusive contract. We can tie up with Zomato, Dunzo. We can do our own delivery also. So Swiggy is permitting everything. Okay, so what we are looking for from the franchisee. So we are very clear that we need full-timers who can take care of the business well. We just don't need any investor who wants to invest and then sit back and enjoy the returns. It's not going to work that way. So we prefer people who can spend quality time and take care of the business and the operations. We will train them for everything, so they have to take care of the operations, and they need to have the passion for food business, so that they don't get bored running this cloud kitchen. And third one, F&B experience is not required, in fact, because I'm also not from food background before I came into this business, but we have done things around in the in this journey. So prior F&B experience is not required, just a passion for food business. But we are also looking for entrepreneurial spirit. So they should have the patience, perseverance, and determination to handle things. So so these are the eligibility to become our franchisee. Okay, coming to the commercials. So we are charging a franchise fee of 2.5 lakhs. So this is for 5 years for all 4 brands put together. And this is a non-refundable franchise fee. And for the other kitchen setup, it will take up to 5.5 lakhs. That is our estimation. For the chimney hoods, fresh air, chiller, freezer, equipments, your CCTV, your vessels, your licenses, POS, everything put together, it will come up to 5.5 lakhs. And there is a refundable caution deposit which goes to Swiggy. So that is another 45,000 because we will be using their common gas pipeline and their electricity and all that. So we'll be paying for that in actuals only. So they take a refundable caution deposit, for a safety purpose. So all these put together, the total investment for Chettinese Cloud Kitchen at Swiggy is 8.45 lakhs. So the other terms, we charge a royalty of 5,000 per month. We have kept it as a fixed royalty. We don't want to charge it as a percentage because again, you have a food cost, which is a percentage. You have a, Swiggy Zomato commission, that is also a percentage. So we don't want to keep it as a percentage. So we are charging a flat 5,000 rupees royalty per month. And this agreement is going to be for a 5-year period. And, the Swiggy is allotting us 350 square feet space for kitchen. And all the licenses like your FSSA, fire license, license, your trade license, and any other local license is our scope. We will take care of all those things. So this is about this model. I'll also run you through the menu. Before that, we are not only limited to Swiggy kitchens. We can do kitchens outside also with the same concept. You just need to find a 300 to 350 square feet space, or if you have a space already and you want to run it full time, we can also adhere to that. Okay, so that's it about the presentation. Now I'll just move on to the menu. So this is the first brand, the Chinese story. I'll just give a brief. So you can see all authentic Chinese dishes, but very
Praveen,
simple.
Praveen, I'll just bother you. We are still at the old PPT. You have to remove this and then you have to put the Japanese menu. Yeah.
Sure.
Yes, now we can see that. Thank you.
Okay. I'll just make it full screen.
Sure, sure.
Hope it's visible now, Archana. Okay, so this is the first brand which I was talking about, the Chinese story, where we serve a lot of authentic Chinese dishes, but very easy to make and easy to store. So we can see dishes like Hunan chicken, shredded chicken in black pepper, Szechuan prawn, soups, non-veg and veg, and we also have stir fried rice, Szechuan fried rice, burnt garlic fried rice, ginger capsicum fried rice. So all these are authentic Chinese dishes. So we are covering all this. And one more thing is we are doing a lot of combos in all 4 menus. So this was suggested by Swiggy that combos are the highest selling items, and so we have designed a lot of combos in all the menu. The pricing is not given in this menu which we are sharing because it is a confidential information, but all our pricing is going to be very, very economic, and there will be a 65% margin for the franchisee. So the food cost will be, which means the raw material cost will be 35%, and your margin will be 65%, but still the pricing that we are going to have is going to be very economic for your customers. Okay, so this is about the Chinese story. Moving on to Madras Military Hotel. So this is the menu of Madras Military Hotel. Again, as I told, we have a lot of combos and a lot of Chettinad dishes like chicken paratal, chicken pepper paratal, pichupoto kodi varval. We may change the name for Bangalore in the local language, but it's what is military hotel, right? So it's all authentic down south kind of food. So we cover all these, and biryani we have in 3 brands. One is except the Chinese story, we have biryani in all the other 3 brands, and there is a lot of variation that we have done to the biryani in all the 3 brands. Okay, so this is about Madras Military Hotel. So we have a lot of different dishes like chicken curry sattis, or all these are very authentic dishes of Chettinad. And we also have gravies, Chettinad chicken masala, Chettinad chicken pepper masala, Chettinad error masala. So all these are very authentic Chettinad dishes. And moving on to Chettinese. This is the menu of Chettinese. Again, we have combos here, and to give you an idea of what Chettinese is, I'll just tell you. So in this, you can see, the third dish, pichu pota kodi fried rice. So this is a fusion of Chettinad and Chinese. Like pichu pota kodi means shredded chicken. So we do, we take the, chicken that is boiled in biryani and we shred it and we, add it to the fried rice and we add a, one of our secret masalas, which is an Indian spice. And this is our Indian version of, shredded chicken fried rice. And we have something called chicken kothukari fried rice, which is a chicken keema fried rice. We have a fusion between biryani and fried rice called chicken biryani fried rice. We have something called chicken cheese noodles. So all these are very unique dishes, and in particular, this Chettinese menu has been copyrighted by us. So because all the menu is our own creation. And even in starters, if you see Tallavandi chili chicken, which means cut chili chicken. So the local taste will be there. Chettiar chicken roast, Sivakasi chicken lollipop. This is the spicier version of chicken lollipop. Similarly, in soups, you can see chicken kalaki soup, which is a fusion between langfang soup and Madurai's own egg dish, which is called kalaki. So all these are very creative and unique menu, which was designed by us for the Chettinese. And finally, moving on to Jallikattu biryani. So this is the menu for Jallikattu biryani. So here we are predominantly doing a lot of biryanis where different varieties of biryanis are there. Chicken biryani, chicken 65 biryani, chicken sukka biryani, chicken keema biryani, chicken lollipop biryani, and we also have bucket biryanis, which is doing very well in almost all cities. Like 4 to 5 packs can have this, and 8 to 10 packs. So we have categories for that also. So to give you a brief what we have gone through till now. So we are going to have 4 different brands. One is the Chinese Story, which is an authentic Chinese brand. One is a Chettinad brand called Madras Military Hotel. One is a fusion brand called Chettinese, and one is a biryani brand called Jallikattu Biryani. And our R&D will be continuing, and probably once in 6 months or once in a year, we may be adding new brands to this same kitchen. So that's how it is going to be. So hope you like the presentation, and you can definitely take up this great opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Praveen ji. And friends, I will also request, we saw a lot of audience who joined us on the webinar. Any questions that you might have on the business model, or any particular question with respect to the operations that you might want to ask, kindly put that in the Q&A box, and we'll take all your questions. And I will also request, if there's a specific city or location in mind, do also share those details. So just to give a perspective, friends, we're talking about this opportunity in Cloud Kitchen, and they are the operators who have been running various food formats, from a 100-seater restaurant to now running cloud kitchens, where they have been running these formats successfully. And in order to bring efficiency in operations, they've also integrated multi-cuisines, which is very important, especially if you look at the new cloud kitchens which are coming in from seasoned operators. They're trying to integrate multiple formats, because when you integrate multiple format, it brings a lot of economies of scale of running and operating the business. So there are 4 brands we're talking about. One is Chinese Story, we have Chetna, we have Jallikattu Biryani, and we have Madras Military. So these are 4 different cuisines we're talking about, which will be operated out of a single kitchen, and which requires an area of 350 square feet, and the entire area would be required to set up the kitchen and the equipments, with an investment of 8.45 lakhs, which includes the entire setup from equipment to security deposit amount, and also the franchise fees of 2.5 lakhs for all these 4 brands together. And also Swiggy, as we all know, is a delivery platform. So apart from being a delivery platform, they also bring their own infrastructure for kitchen setups, and this is very helpful because the setup is quicker. The gestation time for business to break even, reach out to the target customer, I would say, is low. So it's mostly plug and play model with all the ready locations. And there are 4 important things, I would say, which are very important when you are thinking of opening or operating a cloud kitchen. first and foremost, I would still say, location is the key. It looks like cloud kitchens can be operated out of anywhere. You need not have, definitely, the rentals are not as high as premium locations like malls or high streets. But even for a cloud kitchen, location is the key. We need to be in locations which have high density of neighborhood, be it residential, corporate, but there has to be high density of a neighborhood market. And today, if you look at this cloud kitchen structure, business format has become very, very organized, where you have a lot of hubs in every city where cloud kitchens operate. Even if you look at markets like Chennai, Bangalore, Delhi, every South Delhi, East Delhi, all that would have, specific hubs where all the leading brands cloud kitchens would run. So that's very important. Location is the key. High density neighborhood. Second, a business of cloud kitchen works on high volume. So the business might have good margins because you don't have high rentals, but this also business which works on high volume business, and only then your margins can be healthy in the business. And third is the cost of delivery, which is very important to be considered. So while your rentals are low, but your cost of delivery is higher, right? And fourth is your data intelligence. So when we talk about data intelligence, tech companies or platforms like Swiggy have a lot of data intelligence on the consumer, what is being demanded, from where it is demanded. And I heard Praveenji talking about adding or a lot of combos, because there's a lot of data intelligence which Swiggy gives to their companies, and that helps to improve their performance over a period of time. And because these cloud kitchens are designed, keeping technology in mind, they're able to optimize processes, which is very important. Second, they're able to optimize ordering. And third, they're able to optimize staff scheduling, which is based on consumer behavior, right? What time the demand comes in, and what kind of staff structure you need at any given point in time. And I call this as POS of cloud kitchen. So which stands for process, O as in ordering, and S as in staff scheduling. And having said that, even the menu can be adapted to suit the demand of the consumer, and helps in increasing the margin and overall optimizing the model in a given period of time. So Praveenji, I see some questions coming up, and while I'll go back on these questions and take them in the interest of everyone, I'll start with, understanding. We've talked about locations, and I think that's a good breakthrough because a prospective partner need not go in search of locations. We have ready locations, ready structure, which is available, and also negotiated, I would say, cost of delivery, like I said, is one of the highest cost which any delivery company or a cloud kitchen has to take when they enter into a business like that. And this 30% which Swiggy is taking also includes both. It includes your occupancy cost and also cost of delivery.
Correct.
So having said that, I'd like to ask first and foremost, which are the locations which are currently available? And you mentioned over a period of time, you will not restrict yourself. If the opportunity would exist, we'll go out and also reach out to other platforms and set up these kitchens in other locations. But just start off with, which are the current locations that are available currently to be set up?
Okay. So to answer that, Swiggy is having their access kitchen in most of the prime locations in Bangalore. So, we'll be giving this to franchisee on a first come first serve basis only. There are hot locations. I can't be, giving out the full list, but we have hot locations like Koramangala, BTM layout, and we have HSR layout, Elanka, Indranagar. So all these locations are there. So initially they would be allotting us around 8 kitchens. That's what we have, got as of now. So once we start opening, they'll be, giving us more available locations as well. So this, prime locations, as I told you, will be giving out on a first come first serve basis only.
Sure. And
Yeah.
friends, anyone who would know Bangalore and you've heard these locations, these are the most hottest spots in the entire city of Bangalore, where Swiggy has set up the infrastructure, and Praveenji has already negotiated these locations with them. And as he mentioned, these are on first come first basis because these are prime spots and locations available. So this cannot be left open for a long period of time. So you need to look at these locations, and we can even have one-to-one discussion where any specific spot which is closer to where you are, we can have a discussion pertaining to that. Praveenji, my next question would be, broadly we've discussed about the capex and which is the capital expense of 8.45 lakhs. If I can request you, if you can even elaborate further, and I will also maybe explain, because I did see a question, if somebody does not want to set up in the Swiggy, or I would say these locations where he wants to set up is very far from where the kitchen setup of Swiggy is, is that something which is also possible? And friends, I would like to say, since they have a tie with Swiggy, there's one cost which is the cost of interiors, and that is something the company is or the investor is not paying. If you look at the breakup of the investment, there's only a franchise fee of 2.5 lakhs, 5.5 lakhs towards the equipment, and there's this refundable security deposit of 45 odd thousand. So there's no investment on the basic interiors, exhaust and other interiors which are required for setting up any cloud kitchen. That cost is also borne by the company. So it's plug and play model. So and the other investment typically would be about 2.5 to 3 odd lakhs, which typically would go in any raw space if one has to set up outside the Swiggy structure. So Praveenji, over to you. If you can explain maybe the breakup of this investment further. And so this 5.5 lakhs is the entire equipment, which is only for cooking, or it includes any other equipment also?
Okay. So as I told you, I think the 2.5 lakhs franchise fee is clear. For the 5.5 lakhs, what all is included is, so Swiggy is going to provide us with the gas pipeline, which we need to connect with our equipments, and a chimney ducting. That's it. So we need to fix the SS hoods for the chimney, and then it covers all our equipments. Like we have double burners, we have single burners, we have all the vessels which we need to use for cooking. And we also have a chiller, freezer, and a visi cooler. We also need a counter, and we also need a desktop, a POS, a CCTV, all licenses like for the food license, fire license, corporation license. All these expenses are included in this 5.5 lakhs. So there is no other hidden cost. So everything is covered within this. Yes. So everything is covered within this 5.5 lakhs. And if someone is taking a kitchen outside, in their own place, or they are going to take a place for rental, this 45,000 refundable deposit is not applicable because it's going for Swiggy. So they have to pay the caution deposit for that particular property which they are taking up. So our net this thing will be 8 lakhs. So 8 lakhs plus what they are going to spend for the caution deposit. So that will be for the properties outside Swiggy kitchen. Yeah.
Right. And friends, this is very important. If we talk about, certain cities, Bangalore, Chennai, and most of the locations would take a minimum deposit of anything starting from 6 months to 9 months is the minimum deposit. And even if you take a location which is as, small as 30 or 40,000 monthly kind of a rental, you will end up paying 6 times or 9 times of that as a security deposit. And that money would be blocked till the end of your tenure. So 45,000 is the only security which Swiggy is taking, and that's a refundable deposit which you will get back at the end of the contract period. So Praveenji, our contract with Swiggy is for a period of 5 years, or this has to be renewed annually with the company?
No, it's also 5 years. So the agreement between the brand and Swiggy is also for 5 years, and the agreement between the brand and the franchisee is also for 5 years.
Sure, very interesting. I'll start quickly now taking up the questions, and there were some questions in my mind which I see even coming in the Q&A. I'll take the most recent latest one, which is from our partner in Bangalore, Mr. Javed Khan. He's asking, the operating expenses. So we've talked about capex of 8.45 lakhs in a Swiggy kitchen.
Yes.
What all becomes a part of our operating expenses? So, and if you can also advise, based on your own experience, what are the current APCs or throughput maybe a cloud kitchen gives, and out of these 4 brands that we talked about, what is the revenue mix of these brands?
Okay, so coming to the operational expenses per month, initially, as I told, we are going to have 3 staff for each kitchen, right? So the payroll put together, it's going to be 40 to 45,000. We are planning for 2 masters with 15,000 salary each and 1 helper for 10,000. And this model is going to be more of an SOP driven model. We don't require a big chef who has his own recipe and all that. This is all recipe driven model. It's very simple to make. Every dish has its own recipe, and it's like anybody can cook. That kind of a model. So we are going to take people, and we are going to train them who have some, food knowledge and who have worked in kitchens. So we are going to take them and train them for our SOPs. So that will have a major hold on them, as well as, the payroll is going to be lesser. So this model already we have implemented in Chennai, and it's running successfully. So we are going to have a, payroll of 40 to 45,000, and our electricity bill may, come up to 7,000, 8,000. And, other maintenances, we can put another 10,000 15,000 and we can keep a budget of 25,000 for marketing. So the overall operational expenses is going to be way below than 1 lakh per month, because we are going to save on the fixed rental part. It's going to be less than 1 lakh. And to break even this operational expense, we just have to do a 2 lakh sale, all 4 brands put together. So that's only 50,000 sales per brand, which is very, very, very minimal. So on 2 lakh sale, we can easily break even. But we are driving this brand for a 10 lakh sales put together for all 4 brands. So that is 2.5 lakh sales per brand per month. So initially, but when we are inside Swiggy Kitchen, we focus more on the ratings and the other criteria, so that we get to that sales organically itself. We don't have to push the sales if we maintain the ratings. For example, Swiggy gives 4 criteria to maintain our ratings above 4. So the first criteria would be to accept the orders within 30 seconds of receiving the order. Second one is to have all the not available or sold out items updated in the dashboard, promptly, so that customer don't order and then it gets cancelled and then he has a bad experience. And also there are some notifications which we have to do on a timely basis, so that the customer gets a notification. So all these things are going to delight the customer. So we first have to focus on the ratings rather than the sales. So if we have a good rating, our listing will automatically come up, and our sales will it will be on the right path very soon. But apart from that, as I told you, we are going to promote the brands from our end. We will be promoting each brand individually. Like we'll be doing branding for Chinese Story, we'll be doing branding for Jallikattu Biryani. So everything is going to be individual branding. So we are going to drive the sales for a 10 lakh mark with all 4 brands put together. So 2.5 lakh sales per brand. Hope I answered this question.
And Praveenji, I will also add, it's very simple, so what Praveenji is saying, even if you maintain the basic hygiene and discipline of running a cloud kitchen, automatically Swiggy would, upgrade the grading, and that helps in a lot of sales. And that is something, which is very easy to be done. And the other thing, Praveenji, I'd like to also maybe pick up, we did talk about the operating expenses. If you can talk about also the food cost, typically what is the food cost overall, and what are the net margins end of the day? Even if I say, you said just to break even, you need 2 lakhs. And on an average, if we talk about all India average of cloud kitchens, organized cloud kitchens, on an average, any cloud kitchen does upwards of 3.5, 4 lakhs kind of revenue. While some would do even higher. We even work with cloud kitchen companies who do as big as maybe 30 lakhs also in a month. But if you take an all India average, the cloud kitchen would do a business which is upwards of 3.5 odd lakhs. Right. So what typically would become your food cost? And if you look at the net margin, how much would that be after taking out all the expenses?
Sure. So what we are doing is, though it's a food business, we run it very technically like an FMCG business. So how we arrived at the pricing itself was based on the food cost only. Let's say, so the formula that we have adapted is the costing of a particular dish into 3 is the pricing. So let's say it takes 33 rupees to make a fried rice. So the price of the fried rice would be 100 rupees. So you have a clear margin of 65%, 35% for the raw material cost, and the 65% would be the net margin, gross margin. So if there is an inflation, if the franchisee is facing some issue with this margin, then we are always ready to rework on the pricing, if that's coming from a majority of the franchisees, because we have all the data. Every particular dish, we have a recipe with the costing and everything. So we have got that deep to arrive at the pricing. So there will be a clear 65% gross margin for the franchisee, out of which he'll be sharing 30% for Swiggy and Zomato. So I would like to explain one more thing since this is coming up. Since Swiggy is allowing us to tie up with Zomato, even though we are there inside their kitchen, they are allowing us with Zomato. So Zomato has a commission of 20%. For those transactions, Swiggy takes 10%. So in any ways, it is 30% that we are going to have a cut in the total pricing. So 35% food cost and 30% for online delivery and those things, and the remaining 35% would be the net margin. Out of that, they just have to bear the other overheads like salary and maintenance and electricity. And so on an average, the profit margin would be around 15 to 20% if they are on a 4 lakh and above sales. Yeah.
Correct. And also another question which I'll pick up, and I did see that, coming from one of our participants, Mr. Akhil Rai, he's asking how about chefs and do we have to appoint them, or it will be appointed by the company? How does that happen?
Okay. So in our agreement itself, it's clearly mentioned that the manpower responsibility is going to be as from our side only. So we are only going to take care of the manpower. We will give them trained, staff, and if in case somebody is leaving, we will replace them. For every city, we are going to have a management team also, like we have in Chennai. We'll be having an executive chef. We'll be having an operations manager. We'll be having a HR also. So if in case there is a staff shortage, it will be addressed immediately. So it's going to be the production, the staffing and the production of food, is our responsibility. They just have to take care of the payroll, the raw materials, and the tasting, portioning, everything. So this is the operations that the franchisee is going to manage. They don't have to think about the staffing part. We'll take care of that.
Okay, I'll take another question from a partner, Sudhir ji from Bangalore again. He's asking how many partners are we looking for Bangalore? So what I understand, Praveen ji, because we have 8 kitchens, which are these hotspots, friends in Bangalore. So these are 8 immediate partners that we need. But in case we lose these locations, then it will be difficult to be given a franchisee in those locations. So my only request would be, because these are hotspots, and if you're looking anything outside these locations, then the opportunity can be extended. But if these are 8 hotspots in the Bangalore, which has the highest density, the leading companies, neighborhoods, corporates, offices, MG Road, all that is very, very close by. So if you're looking at these locations, you must not delay. And just to maybe answer that again, Sudhirji, so eight partners for these 8 kitchens is something that we are looking for to start off with. Anything, Praveenji, that you want to add over and above?
So as you rightly pointed out, these are hotspot locations, and in my experience in Chennai, in 1 month, all these Swiggy kitchen outlets got sold out. So that was the kind of demand, because the main part is no rental, it's no fixed rental. So then that was the main advantage. So people preferred. So as you rightly pointed out, people should take it up faster if they have any location preferences. And apart from this, we have other places where we can do outside Swiggy kitchen also. So we have done it in Chennai as well. So there are places like good places like Kamnali is there, Banshankari is there. KR all these locations are there where Swiggy kitchen is not there, but still we can, consider those locations for having a separate kitchen.
Sure. All right, I'll take a couple of more questions. Nageshwar ji is asking if the security deposit is refundable. Yes, Nageshi, that's refundable. That's 45,000. It goes to the company, which is Swiggy. And this is 45,000 is the amount. And I think Sudhir ji, we've answered that. And he's also asking about the success in Bangalore. Praveenji, are we running any setup currently in Bangalore apart from Chennai, our current location?
No, we had initially planned for dining outlets, but after the second lockdown, this is a new launch in Bangalore. We are coming up with cloud kitchen model.
And friends, I think there's another thing which came to my mind, because these are 8 good locations. If there's a good operator, even multi-locations, you can, while these are 8 locations, somebody can even take more than 4 or 5 locations, because these are very, very strategic locations. So even if you take, say, 4 odd locations, this would be about 30 lakhs of, overall investment. But you will have all the prominent spots in the city that you would own and operate. And a lot of economies of scale you as a business owner can also bring in, because your cost of marketing, your staff optimization, all that can also be looked at. So even a multi-unit opportunity for these 8 locations, something which I would personally recommend. And since these are very limited time deals, because there's no rental, and South is a region which has the highest deposit period, and then there's a big operating cost of rentals, which takes away or erodes a lot of margins in the food business. This is something I would recommend if you would be keen on. So Dhirji is asking, is master franchisee available, Praveenji? Are we looking at maybe a master franchisee also if any good opportunity arises?
Yes, obviously, yeah. Still the master franchisee opportunity is open. In fact, for Bangalore and Hyderabad, we are looking for master franchisee.
Okay. And we have Akhilji asking, is Bangalore location available?
For master franchise?
No, just for a franchise.
Yes. Bangalore, yeah, obviously, yeah. Bangalore, as of now, all locations are open. So this is the first, webinar we are presenting this model. So as of now, everything is open.
Sure. And also, I will maybe clarify. He's asking, delivery will only be on Swiggy. Actually, delivery can also be Zomato, like Praveenji mentioned. Even if you have tied up with Swiggy kitchens, you can still deliver on a Zomato platform, and you will end up paying overall 30% only. So Swiggy would, be open to having another partner. And Sudhiji is asking, after 5 years, is the agreement renewable?
Yeah, it is renewable. So all your equipments are there, and your caution deposit is there with Swiggy. So only on the franchise fee we are planning to take 50%, which is 1.25 lakhs will be the renewal fee after 5 years.
Sure. And I'll see there are a couple of more questions, and we have friends the next 5 minutes. If you have any more questions, please write, and I'll see how quickly we can pick that up. And Shankarji, you wanted a clarity. Yes, you don't have to pay any rental. It will be run and set up in the premise of Swiggy, and there's no rental to be paid. Only any delivery that you would make, there's a 30% which Swiggy would take on that, which includes both the cost of delivery and also your occupancy cost, which is rental. And Praveensji, how does the supply chain work is another question which I'm seeing. And because you mentioned we don't need any specialized staff, everything is put in certain recipes which can easily be followed. So how does the supply chain work? Is it all centralized? You supply these goods, or are there proprietary sauces or items which are supplied to the franchisee?
Okay, so we in fact need just 4 raw material vendors. One is vegetables, one is provisions, one is meat, and one is seafood. So all these 4 will be locally attached directly to the franchisee, where we will have a weekly payment cycle. So Swiggy and Zomato releases the payment on Wednesday and Thursday, so they can have a payment date on Friday or Saturday. So we will take care of attaching all these 4 vendors. Apart from this, these are the major raw materials. Apart from this, we'll be supplying 2 base gravies and 4 masalas. So those are our secret masalas and base gravies. So this is actually to maintain the consistency of taste. So there is no much variations in the taste when they add these masalas and gravies. So this will be out of the 35% food cost. This cost that they are going to pay us for these masalas would be around 1 to 2%. That's it. So all the other major raw materials, they have to directly source it. Or if they have any sources, like they have someone who can supply meat to them, they are, if they are into provisions business, they can always, utilize that option also. We are open to that. Yeah.
Sure. Couple of last, maybe 1 or 2 questions which I'll take. I think Akhilji said that I asked about Mangalore and not Bangalore.
Okay.
And he said maybe you heard Bangalore. So is Bangalore open? He wants to confirm again.
Yes, since this is a FOFO model, we are open to other locations in Karnataka also. Probably we just have to visit the place and see the potential and all that. But I don't think Swiggy is having a kitchen in Mangalore. He can have his own kitchen in Mangalore.
Sure. Yeah. Right, that's right. And we have Ravindraji asking. He's from Visakhapatnam, and he's saying if there is a possibility of doing only a pure veg cloud kitchen, is that something which can be done in our current menu or not?
No, I don't think it's possible as of now. We don't want to diversify into too many things, so we want to stick on this.
Right, and I'll take last. I think I did answer Mr. Shankar. He's asking the terms and conditions for a master franchisee. Shankarji, we don't know which city or location you're asking for. So, like Praveenji mentioned, they'll be okay to discuss any master area franchisee opportunity also. So I will request if we can discuss with you one-to-one and also organize friends. We have a lot of questions, and I think I've covered almost all the questions which I saw in the Q&A box. And Shankarji is looking for Bangalore. Shankarji, that's something that we can discuss about, because Bangalore, there are already 8 locations which are ready to go live, maybe as good as yesterday, because these locations are already running locations of Swiggy. So we'll take up your query on a priority, Shankarji, because we have also received a lot of interest from the city, and we can take your details and get you connected with Praveenji by tomorrow. And Praveenji, before we close our webinar, I will also request if you can share maybe a last message for all the viewers who have been listening both live and on the webinar. Over to you.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. So as I explained throughout the presentation, this is a great opportunity where this is very apt for the current scenario that is going on. So in the last 1.5 years, we have seen all ups and downs in the food industry. We are seeing a lot of restaurants getting shut down. The main reason for that is the the overheads, which has not come down even though there was a complete shutdown. So that was the major reason we got into this cloud kitchen model, and it's already proven in Chennai, and people are always welcome to visit Chennai and see how kitchens are operating. So we are open for that also. And so it's a great opportunity that nobody should miss. Only thing is they should be eligible for this. They should be a full timer. They should not just look at it as an investment. Whereas if they run it with passion, we are there to support. In the operations and the branding, we are there to support. It's going to be a joint venture between the brand and the franchisee. And yeah, so yeah, that's it. That's about it.
Very well put and summarized, Praveenji. And friends, I'd like to thank all of you for being with us for the last 1 hour. And thank you for all the questions that you've put up. And we'll take that on a priority. We're also doing a discovery day. Discovery day is a day where you can interact with the brand on a one-to-one basis. We'll block your time on Zoom or telephonic discussion, which can have. And the date is 27th of July, which is Tuesday. Is where we have done that. And anyone who's not available for reasons on that day, we can even do that on a priority. I think Shankarji wants to discuss maybe a master franchise opportunity on a priority. So we can rather touch base with you, Shankarji, by tomorrow, and we'll fix up your call with Praveenji to have a detailed one-to-one discussion. Thank you once again, friends, for being with us. Thank you, Praveenji, for being with us and for the wonderful presentation.
Thank you.
Over to you, Archana.
Sure. So thank you so much, Praveen, for joining in today. Thank you so much, Sonia ma'am. All the dear friends, thank you so much for sparing time and joining this particular business opportunity from our side webinar. Please do reach out to us at our business hotline number, which is 97176-83838. We have appointed our regional heads to handle this particular brand. They'll be in touch with you to give you more understanding. You can also connect with us at the different social handles. We are available at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. And you wish to connect with Gaurav sir and Sonia ma'am, you can do so by joining them at their respective LinkedIn IDs. The information we have just shared on a screen. And you want to maximize your Sunday? Yes, the aim is also the same for Franchiseindia team. To maximize your Sunday, we are inviting you to join us for our Bharat Franchise Show, which will start at 7 p.m. And today we are covering the brands which are looking out expansion in South India. We have invited brands representative of top 7 verticals, 7 brands. They will come and showcase their business model for you. Do registration right now, either at our business hotline number. Also, you can go to Facebook page of Franchiseindia Brands Limited to see the registration link. Do registration right now. And tomorrow, under Business Opportunity with Chai 12 p.m. webinar series, we wish you to join us for Goofies. That's the East Indian brand, which is famous for fast food. The team would come and talk about their business model. They are offering 2 business model in market. One is master and second one is the unit model. So do registration for our Bharat Franchise Show as well as our 12 p.m. webinar tomorrow. Thank you once again for joining in today. Have a great day. Thank you so much.